attention. May I please have your attention, please?
2022, take it back to '01. Back when yelling false was shocking and fun. Back when Musketeers exploded onto the scene. Britney and Justin were in sync, know what I mean? Steven Tyler screamed he didn't want to miss a thing. Back when Carson Daly dominated the screen. Back a couple decades before I felt old. Before Janet Jackson had a whole nipple exposed. Whoa. Hold up, whoa Nelly. Dr. Dre is scheduled to be featured on my telly. This about to be the best, there's nothing you can tell me. A heavy dose of nostalgia, no better way to sell me.
Just then, a panic falls.
I think I need to get my friends Frank and Jan and Cole. There's no way it will be better than the TRL show. Kane and DB, hell no. Hype beats will get fair for show. Time to level my expectations, still low. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillos Diz on a Tuesday night via our YouTube channel. She is Jen.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. I am Frank, and we are recording, if you're listening in the audio feed, this Theme Park Thursday podcast on Tuesday evening, January the 2nd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is now 8:32 to be exact. And yeah, we are in the year Anno Domini 2024.
I'm getting really fancy.
Dropping some Latin here in 2024.
It's a big year. This is it. Don't get scared now.
This is it. This means we're 4 years away from the 10-year mark coming up this month.
What? I wasn't thinking about that.
That year. We're not talking about that year. Speaking of which, this podcast episode or this live stream, however you are partaking right now, we'll have a few announcements this evening, but not the announcement you are thinking for the guests of the podcast episode.
What?
This evening. We are to be joined this evening, this first podcast of 2024, by several members of DillosDizResort.com. DillosDizResort.com, of course, that's our Patreon, beginning with levels as low as $1 per month. DillosDizResort.com. We have a few of the guests of the resort here to join in on some conversation later. They're anticipating a big announcement. It's not coming here today.
For the guest. I see the guest reactions.
They're dropping out. They're dropping out of the...
I want to let the guests know. I thought we were making an announcement.
I can't confirm it at this time. We could talk about this on Thursday. We will live stream Theme Park Thursday live here on our YouTube channel Thursday evening, January the 4th. We will do a post show over at the resort immediately following. So, I don't have that announcement here.
All right.
It's all on me. It's on me.
Yeah. Always #blame Frank. I mean,
when in doubt. Yes.
And everyone knows that. No one is sitting there thinking, Jen, get it together and figure this out.
One of our guests who will be leaving for Walt Disney World on Wednesday morning, this being Tuesday night, her complexion currently in the green room is that of aggravation that I only know from the posture of any aggravated Long Islander. I've seen it too many times in my life.
A lot of head holding, a lot of head shaking. It's rough. Yeah.
Jen, with only one case of the flu in your home over the holidays?
Yep. We have the first case. What do you call it? Patient 0.
Mhm.
That happened on Friday. Today, did I wake up with everything in my face hurting from sinuses? And
Yeah,
have I been a little more congested? Sure have, but I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it with all my might. So yeah, still just the one. Knock on wood.
I know we were dodging it over the weekend,
Yeah,
upstate New York,
yeah.
and have come out of it unscathed so far, right?
So far,
Yeah, we're
knock on wood.
unscathed so far. Knock on wood. Knock
Yes.
on this fake standing desk wood that I'm always sitting at.
I didn't know
Uh,
your desk could stand.
it can.
Oh, mine can too. One day we should do a
Oh,
standing podcast.
that's too much change for everybody. I don't think we can do that. So that means, Jen, with the one case of the flu, you're watching a lot of the Disney Plus, I assume. And of course, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, there's a free dining plan coming your way if you want to do 4 nights, 4 parks at Walt Disney World. That includes the Animal Kingdom, everyone, if you choose to do so. That 4th day could be the Animal Kingdom.
It's not a 4th day necessarily.
What?
You have to also have a park hopper package there. You have to do the park hopper with all that.
And it says select resorts. So that here the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. Those are your 2 options.
And the dining plans only happen on undiscounted rooms. So don't think you're getting that 35% and a dining plan, because you're not.
I saw that it's also like July 1st through September 30th, aka the dead period now. I guess like the summer being we've been doing this for 6 years. The shift kind of started when we started doing this podcast. The idea that the summer is the dead period now like boggles my mind.
I know.
To this day. It will never change.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And did that September 30th end date for the dining plan potentially alter the choices being made about whatever announcement I'm not making this evening? I don't know. No, I don't think so. But
I don't think so.
Just taunting everyone here in the green room now. So, with that, we have. Is there anything from the holidays that we need to address, Jen?
No,
We were at Mama
we
Papa
haven't.
Dillos. Yeah.
We haven't been here since Christmas. Is it that Christmas fell on a Monday this year and therefore nothing made sense? Like, no one knew what day it was. I know it's kind of hard during that week anyway, but it just felt a little extra this year. Like, no one was with it, with what day it was, what's going on, and then the new year. And then I think the kids being off, sometimes they get a little bit more of a buffer after the new year, but they started back today. It's all those things. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was an odd week last week, and I also had an unusual amount of time off, which I'm not used to at this time of year, which also then equally threw me for a loop. But yeah, I agree. And I only can say that, we keep saying there's like normalcy. I mean, how long are we going to talk about normalcy? But I was driving down from upstate New York on New Year's Day, and, they thought it was a good idea to rebuild 60% of the, probably more than that, 80% of the rest stops going south at this, and like, people are skiing. You can't have one rest stop open and a Chick-fil-A in it. So then the line is quadrupled. It was crazy, but nevertheless, here we are. I did throw us off, but a good time at Mama and Papa Dillos with the Dillos at Christmas, as it were. I didn't get a full watch of Home Alone in, and
it's true.
I mean, it's fine. It's gonna be okay.
I know, and I was thinking of going back to it in the next day or two after that, and I didn't. And we didn't get fully through. Did you see the end? Did you say you caught the end?
I did not see the end. I was tossing the football outside.
Man,
these kids are apparently old enough to go out and play and have catches and stuff.
Right? This is, again, we go back to, I don't want it to be nice on Christmas. How about that? I want it cold. I want it too cold to go outside. And we can't play with our new roller skates, kids. It's too cold outside.
I'm sorry. See you in March. when your feet don't even fit in it anymore.
They're adjustable.
So we're going to bring some folks in. I think everyone's going to talk a little bit about what they have planned here in the new year. And as mentioned, one with plans specifically starting tomorrow. So I thought we would start with the person I saw first.
Yes.
He's our own community core Coach Beard. It's Jeffers, everyone. Jeffers, hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What are we supposed to talk about? Nobody told us we were supposed to talk about anything.
Oh, well, I hope you prepared and wrote some notes down, Jeffers, because, you know, the X Twitter, it's happening with the news. You should write some things down.
No news.
How are you, Jeffers?
Are we really supposed to talk about what we're doing this year? What are we doing this year?
I don't.
Jeffers, you never know where things will lead. You know that. There's no
Jeffers,
pressure.
I know
See,
you'll be at a Renaissance Festival.
There's an August 10th Renaissance Festival in Oswego, New York, 2 hours south of Kingston, Ontario.
Don't give it all away. We got an hour.
Oh, that's about it. That's all I got planned for the year. Pretty much. Waiting to solidify some other plans, but need some.
Jeffers will be there beginning August 1st. Just in case.
Right, just in case. But
I meant to make some announcements prior to Jeffers popping on, so I'm going to make the first announcement right now.
Oh,
as announced earlier today on YouTube, I have announced the date of my first Peloton ride.
that's right.
That will be happening here on the YouTubes. That will happen next Thursday.
So it's good.
Yeah, next Thursday, the 11th. That'll be an early late afternoon, I guess, early evening live stream to see how bad I will suffer on the Peloton during this year. So that's the first announcement.
That's exciting. Wow. And Jeffers, you were here for it.
I'm still on mute here. Yeah, I will be here for. I'm done work at 3:30 that day, so I'll be tuning in live. Can't wait.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Jeffers is concerned that Mrs. Jeffers will ask why he's watching a man exercise.
All depends on what you're wearing, I guess.
Oh, I do have options. We're not there yet.
Lenny will be on the Peloton rides at some point.
At some point, I think we'll have to do a Lenny Burrows Peloton ride. Thanks for offering that I had a yes, and I appreciate it.
Welcome, Steppers, to the chat. We miss you. We love you. And your old knees can handle it.
You know what's so funny? Not to take too much time, but there was a birthday party last week, and bowling was the birthday party, and the knee that has really been really bad since Iceland, and not because of what I ate. Go check out the archives for that. You stop. I was stopping on that foot that the knee is bad to throw the ball. I was like, oh man, my knee is gonna be wrecked by the end of this. The next day, 100% better.
Look at it. You just knocked it into place. That's all.
Hey, I think I did a little Mel Gibson Lethal Weapon 2 with the shoulder. We're off and running, everyone. We're off and running.
5 p.m. is a good time because I had to Google what is the most common time of the day for a heart attack, and it's the early morning hours between 4 and 10 a.m. So 5 o'clock p.m.
Oh, so you're good.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Also,
Good choice.
God forbid. Not all the things.
It is the year officially, isn't it? The year is upon us.
God. Oh, God. All right.
Up next here, I don't know who I was going to go in order, but now I feel like we have to get. No,
Yeah.
You want to bring in the next person?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to bring in the next person who finally received their actual Secret Santa gift today.
Yes.
It's Dr. Val. Dr. Val, hello, happy.
Hello, happy New Year.
Hi, Dr. Val.
So long story short, Jen. Right. So I placed an order for Dr. Val's Secret Santa gift on December 9th. Like, I was good. I didn't wait. I didn't drag it out. I still say that Lee's present from last year is circling around the United Kingdom somewhere. So it gives me like delivery date between December 18th and January 6th. And I'm like, well, that's a little Christmas, I guess. So, like 12th night. So let's just go. But I was once like the first week passed and I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh no, now I gotta get a backup.
Yeah.
And so then Dr. Val received a cameo from and now her name's just gonna escape me, but May, from
May.
Ted Lasso, the bar owner. Go ahead, Dr. Val, give me the actress's name.
Oh.
Oh.
Don't put me on the spot.
Oh.
I have to look at. I can't think of it.
I'm just gonna shout it out in a minute.
My brain just went completely blank when you said my name.
Don't call on me in class.
Don't ask me.
Annette Badland. Is that her?
Annette Badland, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I knew her as May, so I was like immediate, like so excited. I have no words to explain. That was so cool.
So I put in for that, and they're like, turn around in a week, and I know at worst Dr. Val's going to get the cameo on Christmas Eve, so Christmas is saved for Dr. Val, and it happened sooner than that as I started sweating towards the middle of the week. But finally, this afternoon, earlier, Dr. Val received her original Secret Santa gift that I had planned.
Yes.
So wonderful. I love it so much.
It was the Davidson Manor. It's a little design of our favorite mansions.
The haunted mansion. Oh, it looks. I put a picture on Discord of how it looks with all of my other haunted mansion favorite things, and it's just perfect. I love it.
That is what you can see in our One Channel Discord right now.
And I said, it's funny that Frank was like, I'm not doing Secret Santa anymore after this year. And I'm like, no, you must. And now you're known for the best gifts. So now you got to bring it every year too. There you go.
To that, I'm going to bring in probably the person who's least happy about the gifts.
Yes.
For Dr. Val making his third appearance here on Theme Park Thursday in the past 5 weeks or so. It's Lewis. Lewis, how are you?
Yes, you suck. Let me say, I couldn't keep up with that. She made more noise when she got your presents than mine. And
oh no!
I'm just saying it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lewis.
I should have gotten a video of the first one, but I did not.
I cried. I like tears. I'm not kidding. It was just. I was so excited.
And last but not least, I will actually I'm letting her finish chewing before I bring her in. It is the
let her eat after being so angry with you.
Being so angry with me, but she is the person amongst the community core I have seen most recently in person. The Friday before Christmas was a Christmas miracle over in Midtown Manhattan. She's headed to Walt Disney World on the morrow. That's your second Renaissance Festival reference here today. And it's Lexi. Lexi, hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Lexi.
None of us
Lexi,
are jealous, by the way.
Yeah.
As we watched the adventures you had in New York, we're like, this is Frank is the gift giver. He now is just Secret Santa. We're all just going to send him some money, and he's going to give everybody.
Oh
no! Having to pick them out ourselves.
Starting to sweat now.
I've been trying to work on my reputation a little bit, but now I'm nervous about what I've done. So.
I'm just hoping you didn't
get too much.
I'm just hoping you didn't get your significant other and family like crappy gifts like Ice Capades tickets or something.
Oh, this is awkward.
One kind of still in progress. We're not really sure what we're doing. It's fine. Mom and Papa. That's fine. And I don't think can comment in the chat, right? So great. Well, hi everybody. Welcome. And we're all gathered. Jen had an announcement of her own here.
Yes.
I will let her do the big reveal here. This is something that, right, Jen, we're planning. Are we going to rename post shows? Are we going to?
Oh, maybe,
or just random occurrences. I think one or the other.
Where'd you go?
There he is. He's out.
Right before.
Jen, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay. I want to call to order our first ever Pedals Sessions.
We have to go back.
That's my announcement. It's just that video.
Well, named for our last evening on our community core trip in September, when we all were at Pedals, and decided to take the ball and run with what is happening? I just see a lot of going on. Jen put Snidillo Studios to work once again, Mr. Snidillo, to create a future resort segment heretofore known as the Pedals Sessions.
Yes. Made happen.
Love it.
Very
Love it.
exciting.
Love it.
Sounds like a jazz musician kind of thing. Pedal session, man. We're gonna be on it.
There may be some jazz music involved at some point. You never know. You don't know what's going to happen.
Groovy cats.
Well, welcome to the Pedal Session. I guess maybe just to get the ball rolling, this Disney dining plan news, because y'all have stuff cooking in the ether for the year. What are your initial thoughts and reactions? I will start not with Jeffers because he wasn't prepared for anything. I will start with everyone's favorite curmudgeon, Lewis.
You mean like what's our plans for this year?
Now,
At
what
Disney?
are your I know what your plans for this year are. What are your
Dining
thoughts on the Disney dining plan, Lewis?
Oh, the as a DVC member,
Mhm.
I couldn't care less. In fact, the more expensive it is, the less people show up.
Mhm.
But it sounds like an interesting deal. I think they've overinflated the price of the Disney dining plan to make it seem really, really good. Jeffers had the math in there earlier today. But if you have a large enough family that's going and can fit in the room, it's a knockout of a deal. Because we know how much we spend today for food, right? At least $50 to $60 each, and that's for a normal. That's for keeping it cheap. So it's a good deal because your room price is not gonna go up. Like for four, it's not gonna go up to $300, $400, $500, right? Really depends. But do the math first before you buy anything like that. Do the math first.
Disney
that's
math or regular math?
Regular math.
Yeah.
This
Regular
time.
math. Disney math says just pay full price and go.
Well, we
Tomorrow.
stopped doing the dining plan back when you could do the dining plan just on a regular basis with the two of us because it's just so much food. You know, the dining plan day is just so much. But now we have used it a lot when we take the kids because that's 6 of us. And the kids, it's just so much easier to be able to say, get what you want than to have to worry about, well, they got a bunch of stuff and didn't eat a bunch of stuff. And that way, you know how much you're going to spend and it's a done deal. So we always used to watch for those specials back when we would take the kid, you know, but like you said, with the vacation club, it makes it different for us. So
They also took away a feature of the dining plan that made it better for us. Like, so with a quick service meal, you used to take one quick service meal and turn it into 3 snacks. So when you're in Epcot and you're going to the booths, that was always a pretty decent deal. Can't do that anymore. So you have to use it as a quick service. You can only get the 1 or 2 snacks depending on what you get. And that's kind of a bummer. So paying cash is not going to happen. Probably not even for our kids with the prices they've set.
Jen, to reconfirm here, because I know you have never used the dining plan. Is that correct?
No. And when I think of the dining plan, I feel like it gets put in the category for us of DVC, where it's just things we never really understand ever. People have explained it all to us and broken it down for us so we can't get it. But yeah, I was thinking of it because I was, it's really funny too on TikTok to see all the Disney travel agents come out and announce this, and it's all very exciting. And which Disney travel agents are giving what information? Like certain ones are like, look at these great deals. And then the next one will be like, oh, but here are the stipulations. And then the next one is like, oh, here's even more. So I'm like, oh, look at all these little fine print things that nobody was talking about. And I have always felt like, maybe if I was going for long enough, or if you had enough people or to do it for the whole family, then I think it would make sense. I haven't thought about doing it in recent years, and then they kind of took a break from it anyway. But when it was just Mr. Snidillo and I, like, we never thought about doing it because we figured, well, just 2 of us, I don't know that it makes much sense, but it does if you have enough people and can make that work. I get that.
Jeffers, you've Disney dining planned?
Yeah, we've done it both ways. Done it a number of different ways. So on our honeymoon, we did the old deluxe dining plan, and then our next trip back in 2012, we just paid for everything out of pocket. 2019, when I went with the big family trip with my parents, we did the dining plan. And then, of course, this last 2022 trip, we did the Disney dining card offer, but that we'd already had that trip booked. We didn't book it for the dining offer. We just kind of happened to fall into it.
That's right.
So I've done it both ways. I think the way I look at it, it's just this free dining plan. It's free money as long as you aren't changing the type of trip that you normally would have taken anyway. Like I wouldn't have gone and I still wouldn't go out of my way to book a trip just because of this deal. But for us, like that's the kind of stuff we like to do. Like we like to go out to, sit down meals once a day. And of course we'll do a quick service once a day. So like I was saying, if we went last August for a week and if we'd already had our trip booked and they dropped this deal, I would have been like so happy because it's essentially the value of about $350 a night if you're going to do that kind of eating anyway. So like I said, that's kind of the way I look at it is if you're going to go on that kind of trip, we already would have bought Park Hopper for 5 or 6 days. Mm-hmm. We already had our hotel booked. We would have already had our, dining reservation. Well, not at this point, but we would have had those restaurants that we wanted to go to anyway. So if you're going to do that, it's just free money. It's just, thousands of dollars. I think it's about $2,300 or something like that. $2,400 was the total amount, what it would be for our family if we got the dining plan for free on the trip, because we have one kid over 10, one kid under 10. So that's 4 of us. So 3 adults and 1 kid. So yeah, it's a good hunk of free money, the way I look at it.
But how much is that if you can get 35% off the room?
Right. And I would prefer like all the different deals out there. I would prefer a room discount because that's money in your pocket. And then you kind of tweak when you go to a restaurant, like you go to Ale and Compass, you can split a flatbread, or like Melissa and I, we split flatbreads on our last trip that we went because we wanted to try different ones. Whereas when you're locked into the dining plan, now you're like, okay, well, I'm getting an entree, you're getting an entree, the 12-year-old's getting an entree, the 10-year-old's getting an entree. Mm. You're changing the way you eat. But this is free, right? Like, it's not like you're buying the dining plan. So it's still just money in your pocket. That's the way I look at it. But if I had a choice between the room discount at, say, 35% and the free dining plan, we'd probably go with the room discount because, you're $500-600 a night usually and that's looking at it from the deluxe resort perspective, right? So if you're $600 a night times 35%, that's, do the math, somebody real quick for me. It's 180 plus
200-ish.
Yeah, so 200 and change. So
I don't do math.
Yeah, so so the way I look at it, is that if you already had a trip booked and you were going for 5-6 nights and you were going to get the Park Hopper anyway, it's money in your pocket, right? It's a good hunk of change. It's like all your food, even if you don't. That's the difference between buying the dining plan at a pocket and the free dining plan, is that if you don't maximize your, credits, you haven't paid for it up front, right? So it's all free money.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I forever want flexibility in my life, and the idea of getting more locked into things. I don't know. And I'm sure I get and we're talking, Genie Plus, we're talking all these things. I'm like, I know how they would make my life easy, DVC, but I don't want to understand them, so I don't have to.
And to compare it to what they had last year. Last year, if you were of course, there was deluxe, moderate, and value, different deals. But if you're in a deluxe resort last year, whether you were 1 person in a room or 5 persons in a room, it was a gift card of $150 per night. So, for instance, we were down there for a week with my friend and her sister. They had their own room, so they were 2 adults in a room. They got $150 a night on their card, and we were, 3 Disney adults and a child in our room, and we got $150 on the card. So it's definitely a better deal for larger families for sure, because the the dining plan versus the dining cart.
Mhm.
The way I look at it. The way I look at it, anyway.
Lexi, do you do the dining plan? Where are you at with all this?
That's entirely too much food for me.
Right.
So I know I did it once, like years ago, and I just ended up coming home with lots and lots of Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, they took away a lot of those extras now, so you didn't. It's not as bad in that respect. So,
Yeah.
are you talking about like you don't eat 2 quick service meals a day, or you mean like the deluxe one? 'Cause
I don't
agreed
like-
on the deluxe one.
Well, I'm with Frank also with I don't want to be locked down, like what you are and aren't allowed to use. And like the biggest thing that would have ever interested me was when you could divide it up into snacks for like the festivals, and you just said they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm out. That's like those were the things that would have worked for me.
Yeah, I remember being in the Land and just overhearing people's conversations because the Land had the bakery there. And so people would try to use their snack credits for certain things at the bakery that wasn't really like a dessert. It was more whatever. And there would always be a lot of back and forth of like, no, well, this is a snack. This would be a dessert. This would be, and you only have this many of this left and all of that. And I think that probably scarred me a little overhearing that. I'm like, oh, it sounds complicated. I can't do it. I don't know what's happening.
That's
I
the
think
Land.
if you don't-
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think if you don't eat a lot, it's either the same price or a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought of it as the challenge, right? This thing is because we always paid for it. We I don't think we ever actually got it along with a trip, and if it has, it's been 15, 20 years.
It was a long time ago when we did get it with the trips. Yeah. But
When I
I think
paid
that was back
30
before DVC. So yeah.
So when I paid $30, $40, $50 a night, I was getting $30, $40, $50 a night of food, or I was mad myself. 'Cause-
And I will
Which was
say, go ahead, Travis.
Go ahead,
So I'll
Tony.
say, when Mrs. Jeffers and I went on our honeymoon on the deluxe dining plan, and then the year we went back in 2012, so that was 3 years apart, we noticed that we actually enjoyed ourselves more off of the dining plan just because we ate far less and didn't feel overwhelmed or overstuffed all day long. So I think that you have to take that into consideration too. But
Yeah.
I just look at this particular one as if you had a trip booked already, it's like a $2,000, $1,500 reduction because you're going to eat while you're down there. That's how I'm looking at it. But I wouldn't, like I said, multiple times now, I'm getting repetitive, but I wouldn't go out of my way to use it or to book it just because this deal came out.
I think
Unless you
that
guys all
you're
want
right,
to, and we
it's
want to all
like
do it together.
accepted.
That's the announcement.
No. Moving to
Like-
September. Jen, I think the TikTok was from Handshake Bets, I believe, but there was 3 guys going around the World Showcase to
Uh-huh.
get a drink in each country,
Yeah.
and the over under was $600. Now I don't think I made it to the end. Did they? Because they got cut off. They didn't make it to the 600.
One of them got cut off. But so I do think they came in under. They had been over 400 at the point where they were getting the next drink, and the one got cut off. So, yeah, I don't know what they really made it to total.
Is that
I think-
each?
I think it was around 480
Together.
total.
480 total ish.
Yeah, I think it was just under $500.
So
Yeah.
they budgeted 200 per, so 200 for each. So I
Yeah.
guess right.
Yeah.
That's what they were thinking. I mean, that's fair. I there's been a lot of on the heels of New Year's, a lot of talk about the drinking in Epcot. Will we ever see a Disney drinking plan? I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a challenge I would take.
Yeah, there's a lot of hullabaloo after New Year's. I saw some happenings at Jelly Rolls, some happenings at Epcot, a lot of things happening.
So the next meetup shirt is going to be like one of those drink around the world shirts. It's going to have the 11 pavilions on the back, but it's going to have 2 extra ones, right? So the starting drink at Petals and the finishing drink at Petals. So it's going to be 13 drinks.
Mhm.
Is that going to work?
Another
Yeah.
thing to add to the meetup list over here.
We had the Joffrey stands in there too, just for
Oh, yeah.
you just get loaded
There
on
you go.
cappuccinos. Or
I like it.
You can have a Joffrey's at every pavilion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very true.
do they have them in all of them? I guess so.
I'm sure you could find at least some, or maybe not a Joffrey's, but some like coffee flavored beverage at every location.
There's a lot of
Americano?
them because my son-in-law was wanting a particular drink when we were there from a Joffrey's because they were doing special drinks, but we didn't realize that every Joffrey's had a different special drink. So we had to go around the world and stop at every Joffrey's to try to find it for him. And there's a lot more than I thought that there was when we were. So I almost feel like it's almost every country. It's really close to it if it's not every country.
That's true. I didn't think about that. There's the one in between England and Canada. There's one in America for sure.
There's like, yeah.
Because we started in Canada, and of course, it was, I think, the Joffrey's right outside of Mexico. So it took us the whole way around to find the drink he wanted.
There's a lot of Lederhosen talk in the chat, and I feel the need to address that back in 2019. The last time I tried to say if we reach a certain number, I would do something. It was, I think, at the time, we were looking for 3,000 Twitter followers by a certain date. It might have been the end of the year at the time, and I want to say it's 2018. I'm not even sure, but we did not reach. What is time? We did not reach that number by the point, so I did not have to wear Lederhosen in Germany and Epcot. But you never know what a meetup might bring in the future.
See, I thought that had to do with the virtual 3K we did and raising money, and that you did need to, but you didn't.
Oh,
that was my recollection.
Oh, I'll have to go back. Oh, Lewis, now that you say that, you
That's
just shook a 2020 tree that I don't know.
I think Lewis is right.
Yes.
Can you wear the Lederhosen on the Peloton?
That was my suggestion in the chat. Was
Lederhosen on the Peloton?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if a meetup ever gets announced, whenever the next meetup is, and if Epcot is included, then I would consider it there. But I guess the Peloton would be a fallback. Sure.
You are a tease, Frank.
The worst. And the worst.
Driving Lexi crazy.
Lexi, who's going to Disney World tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Lexi. Tell us all the things, unless you don't want, all of your fans following you around. I get it, but whatever you're comfortable with sharing, feel free.
Well, I'm running Dopey. So I'm going to be doing 5K, 10K, half and full. So that's going to be taking a nice dose of my energy.
Okay. All right. So lay it out. Lay out the days, the time that you get to rest and nap, because that would be my concern. Just tell me everything. A lot of things would be my concern. Who am I kidding? There's a lot.
So I will be napping on January 11th. So tomorrow we go in. We have to go to Expo. That's at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports to get our shirts and our bibs. And then the buses leave for each day around 2:33 a.m.
Oh man!
And all the races start at 5 o'clock.
Oh man!
At night? Why do you have to get there so early then? Oh my gosh, 5 a.m. to race.
Yep.
That is torture in some countries.
So Thursday is the 5, 10 is on Friday, Saturday is the half, and Sunday is the full. And the full is the only one that the park is open for. We're racing before the park opens for the other 3 races. You okay,
Right.
Jen?
No, it like my body hurts so much just sitting in this chair. The thought running in here. Oh my god. Okay. I think here's the thing. There's a part of me that wants to do maybe the 5K one day. Maybe.
Yes!
I couldn't go beyond that. I could not go be.
You could do 10.
You could do 10.
No, I could not. No, absolutely not.
Once you get addicted, you can go a lot further than you think.
I feel like if I did it, I'd be like, well, glad I did this. Okay. Because I love the idea that although you get up early and although you're running early, the fact that you get to be in Disney when the sun is coming up and you got the morning dew, that's enough to keep me interested in it. Although that morning dew will make me run. But the fact that you're doing all of them,
Ooh.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully I
wonderful.
survive.
Yeah.
Right, and it's something I never talked about with someone who's done the runs before, and that is, this time of year, I remember you drive into work early in the morning for a breakfast shift, and it's freezing, and when the shift was over, I'm sweating to death. So I'm already looking Friday. It's gonna be in the 40s when you're on your bus going over to the start, and then it's gonna be 73 before you know it. It's just messing with your body the whole time.
So the nice thing is that they say they do, so I'm hoping they actually are telling the truth, but they say that any clothing that we kind of like throw on the side of the road, they collect and donate. So I'm hoping that's true, because I usually come with a bunch of like warm up, like old shirts and stuff to keep me bundled up.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how do you dress for that? That's a big difference in temperature.
Yeah, you're basically I just go for like a normal, because as soon as you start running, your body heat kind of helps when it's cooler. So it's just waiting in the corrals. That's the big problem. Because that wait takes forever. Because depending on the race, I don't know. I feel like there's like over 10,000 people. I could be wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That sounds really wrong.
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know.
there are 10,000 people willing to do this. Yes, that does sound.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple thousand. Maybe, I don't know. I need to look at the numbers. I will report back once they it feels like a lot of people. It's like a couple thousand. I don't know why not 10,000.
One of these times, Lexi, we should all have to send you an article of clothing to wear that you will then throw on the side of the road.
Okay.
It was all group effort. But at what point will you be running in your Ted Lasso jersey?
I'm not running in my Ted Lasso.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, because everyone dresses up too, so they're like all different like run costumes. So for the 5K, I'm dressed as Figment.
Nice.
10K, Sorcerer Mickey. Rapunzel for the half, and Mrs. Incredible for the full. And those of you who have met Dante will love this, because Dante's running the full and he's going as Frozone.
Nice. That's amazing. That's
cool.
awesome.
And you will be, which race will you hold the sign that says #FindFrank450? Which one?
I mean, if I have a date to attach to it, I'll do it for all of them.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
That's what I get for waiting for the last minute.
A little bit.
Yeah, you set yourself up. I mean, okay, Lexi, you have done all of these races before?
I haven't. Well, so I've run multiple marathons. I haven't done the actual Dopey challenge.
Oh,
okay.
But I did do 2 simulations like in the area this summer, so I know I can do it.
Yeah, well, we know you can do it too, Lexi. I just wasn't sure if you had done it in that situation before. I in high school like to run the curves of the track and walk the straights for my mile whenever we had a mile twice a year. It would be my most dreaded day. And I assume you don't do that, but I was able to do 1 mile in about 15 minutes doing it that way. What is your time for doing the full marathon?
I mean, so if it was a normal marathon by itself, my goal is like 5 hours.
Yeah.
But with this and Disney, what's nice about Disney is their pace is 16 miles an hour. And that's based off of the last corral. That's when the balloon ladies sweep you, which means when they pass you, you get picked up.
Right.
So
I think you mean 16 minutes a mile, right?
Yeah.
16 miles an hour is.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kicking it.
I was
That's-
done so
That's
quickly.
professional sports ball player. Steve right there.
But for this, I'm trying to walk as much as possible so that I can basically not die at all. So
Yeah.
I'm going for a much longer time on this one. I think last marathon, just because I stopped at everything, like I stopped at all the photo stops, and I was able to get on Everest, and I think my time was something around, I think it was closer to 6 hours last time.
Wow. I'm Mr. Sandillo is apparently watching, but not in the chat. However, I'm getting side chats from him, which is, but she's doing one like each day back to back. Like how? And I think that's just how we're all feeling right now.
It's a lot. You can do it with a lot of walking. Like you just have to like time it properly.
But that
I'm just
I-
sitting here
I-
thinking, if you need to borrow a scooter on the night, I'm probably willing to allow you to take my scooter and just have a good day and bring it back, and I'll
Yeah.
use it the next day. 'Cause that's a lot of running, even walking. Okay, 20, 30, 40 miles, something in there.
48.6.
That's a lot of miles. That's a drive right there.
Yeah.
That's a 6-hour drive, not a 6-hour walk. Or
That's
12, 13
amazing. We
hours.
will be cheering you on, Lexi.
Thank you.
Indeed.
And you will represent all of us, because I'm not sure any of us could.
You know, part of why we've been live streaming, we're setting up all these live streams in advance, is so that we need to boost the watch time here up against the 1,000 subs we recently reached here on the YouTube. Maybe Lexi should just stream her run. Just get that 5 hours in right away.
Just wear a GoPro and she would have to stream.
It's like,
it.
Dillos Diz are running the marathon. No, we're not. It's Lexi.
I have no problem representing.
With proper dates. Lexi, do you have other Disney trips planned this year?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just just in general. I was just wondering. All right.
I'd like to know, like, before I leave Disney, that I know when I'm coming back.
Oh yeah, that is helpful.
Man, brutal.
And when do you get home on the 11th?
I get home on the 10th.
The 10th. Oh, that's plenty. You got plenty of time. You got 8 days to give Lexi a date.
Work on it. A lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
Lewis and Val, do you have Disney plans this year? Minus Find Frank for 50.
Yeah, we have 2. One next week.
Yeah, we leave Sunday.
Nice.
Headed to Orlando.
Awesome.
It's going to be a chill week, and she's at a conference. I'm going to work a little bit.
I'm excited because we're staying at 2 resorts we've never stayed at before. We're staying at Coronado because I'm speaking at a conference in Coronado from Monday through Thursday. And so he's going to, hang out the parks and stuff while I'm doing that. And then we're switching over to Bay Lake Towers for the first time.
Oh, awesome.
To stay for the weekend. So I'm excited about that.
That'll be fun.
Both of them. Yeah. Be new experiences.
Yeah.
And in theory, she's going to go to all 4 parks on Friday.
Yeah. A friend of mine that is speaking at the conference as well. She said she had she's going to stay an extra day just because she wanted to go to a park with me, because we've talked about Disney so much. And so she said, how do you feel about doing 4 parks in one day? And I said, I've never done 4 parks in one day before. And my health has not been great, so I'm a little nervous about it, but I am going to have a scooter. And so I feel like we've kind of got a plan for how we're going to hit each one and just the limited things we're going to do at each one. So right now I'm hopeful. We'll see how I'm feeling after speaking for 4 days at conferences, if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but we're shooting for 4 parks in one day on Friday.
Nice. That's exciting.
How many times will you see the Hatbox Ghost? I guess Alexi will probably be excited to see the Hatbox Ghost as well. But Dr. Val, I know you're particularly excited.
Oh, I am. I can't wait. I can't wait. Wait, this is what we've been talking about, how we're going to hit the parks and what we're going to do for, for the weekend. And so I want to do it as many times as I can. So I'm excited.
And Lexi.
What? As far as seeing the Hatbox Ghost,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm undecided how many individual lightning lanes I'm going to get for Cosmic Rewind because I really want to fill out my playlist.
We can't see all the fingers there. Jeffers. Oh, tech. Okay. Yeah.
All the fingers.
Thanks, Jeffers.
Lexi, where are you staying?
Caribbean Beach.
Oh, nice. That I have not stayed there. Frank, you have not stayed there?
I have not stayed there. I think I've barely even walked over there. But yesterday, I will say in our one channel Discord, there was a bit of inappropriateness going on when I learned that the name of the pool bar was the Banana Cabana, which I mistook to actually mean the inappropriate name for a Speedo. Right? That's what that is, right?
That's like Phoebe's name,
Yes.
right? That was
Right,
Phoebe's
yes.
name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Check out our one channel Discord to find out what I mean if you don't know.
Jeffers waiting for hashtag find Frank for 50. I think so far also waiting for whatever deals hit tomorrow to maybe just peruse and make some game time decisions. Am I correct in that, Jeffers?
You are correct in that. Well, no, I'm not looking at. I'll look tomorrow for fun, but we're not going to book anything for this year. But
Famous last words.
But what if you could?
What if you could? The only trip that we will have this year will be a Mrs. Jeffers and Jeffers exclusive that will abut up against a potential Find Frank for 50. So,
no.
Wait a
So what you're
second.
telling
Will
me is that if you don't have dates for Find Frank for 50, you guys won't get to celebrate your anniversary?
that's 100% correct. Without
Oh,
dates for Find
man.
Frank for 50.
No pressure.
wow.
Pressure. Well, that was what Lewis asked me today, like how many times I felt like I could, with all the family stuff we have going on, how many times I felt like I could get to Disney this year.
Mhm.
And so, we have a trip planned in May. So, we're going January. We have a trip planned in May. And then I said, and then obviously to Find Frank for 50. So I'm holding off for that to be my third one this year, but I don't know when that will be.
A lot of
So
people.
originally we were going to do 5 days, kind of the beginning of December, right? Kind of December 1st to 5th, 6th, something along those lines.
Mhm.
And then the talk started happening about Christmas parties and Jollywood nights. And I'm like, well, let's hold off booking anything. And, because our anniversary is actually November 28th. But we didn't want to be before or around Thanksgiving, obviously. That's crazy.
Mhm.
So we were going to do the week, after in December. And if, it happens to work out that one weekend we're here and one weekend we're there, it's we'll see.
Does that mean that Mrs. Jeffers would also attend Find Frank for 50, or would she be separate? How would that work?
Well, I'm not going to ask her to leave. But,
I didn't know if you were
You can't
doing that
sit with
after and
us.
she was flying in. I wasn't sure how you would play.
if it's okay, I'll bring her along. If that's,
Obviously.
okay. I'll have her.
All right. So wait, I need to just clarify.
All the
that-
lives you're affecting.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Why we wait patiently to plan.
Here's my poor reputation. So Jeffers, you already have this other trip booked that
No.
I'm gonna no.
No, it was booked in my head. And then the talk started happening, and I'm like,
Hashtag waiting for Frank. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
hashtag waiting
Uh-huh.
for Frank.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it since October, but no big deal.
I mean, I would have to ask Adam what his plans are. So.
Because you just want to wait with someone. You're like,
No,
"Oh,
I
that's
actually
amazing."
have plans to see Adam in February. I should offline with Jennifer.
What?
But, yeah.
What do you mean?
We hang.
When are you
Similar
seeing
plan.
Adam in
It's similar
February?
plans to the Lexi's plans. How she saw me.
You know what? I don't like you whining and dining all these people, and then
I'm
Did you
becoming the favorite. I'm going to be the light side this year.
Easy.
That's
Let's
it.
not get crazy.
Can I just point out that I do live closer to Jen, and I still saw Frank in New York first.
I mean, that's true. Lexi, I feel a lot of pressure now though, because he was like, "Ooh, look what I can bring you to," and I'm like, let's go to the mall, Lexi. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Go to the mall.
Today.
So Lewis has a conference in New York City possibly this year.
Oh,
And I've already told him that I need to know that date so I can make those plans because I want to go with him on that one.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
that
gotta
would be
get to
awesome.
Broadway, Val.
I know.
And you have to make sure it's not the same date as Find Frank for 50.
Well,
so-
and that's the
That
other
was
thing.
my
I told Lou, I was like, yeah, it's according because if they're not going to be in New York when you're going, then forget it. I'm Florida. I'll be headed that way then. So
Right.
everyone,
make
please
all
put
the
your
problems.
conflicts into the Discord so that I can plan accordingly. Thank you.
I actually
It's
did.
all waiting on you, Frank.
That's right.
But everyone's talking about these plans. How am I supposed to work around it?
You can wait. That's my brother.
Bring back the delicious dish.
I thought that for some reason I was
I have
thinking that
to
was
use
Jim. That's not.
Jeffers, but you will be in Oswego to see Lenny Burrows, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I'll be. We've already got the hotel booked, so just waiting to confirm some dates. Oh, no, I mean, another date.
I can
August
confirm
10th,
those
right?
dates. Those
Yeah,
dates
that's
are
right. August 10th, right?
Yeah.
So we've got. We'll be there on the 9th and the 10th. So.
And speaking
guys are there.
of which, over at the resort for the next couple of months, I am developing a show for Lenny, which I want to do at the festival, but also I kind of want to do here in the city. I'm hoping it'll cross over. So there'll be some Lenny and the Smart Guys study hall sessions over on the resort, where I will just tell you what's going on as I'm putting the show together. And it's open for anyone to come hang out and bounce ideas. So that'll be coming up in the next couple of months as well. So
Exciting.
good old Lenny Burrows.
Is that your
So,
other announcement?
did I say the title of the show? I don't know if I said it publicly. I don't know what I've said at the
I don't think so.
resort,
No.
but it is currently titled "Lenny is a God,"
Oh, yes.
and then in parentheses and other myths. So
Right. And also probably appearing soon on the Dillos Diz YouTube channel might be a little documentary, no?
oh yeah, we're planning to break up the Lenny and the Smart Guy documentary in smaller segments and put them over on the Dillos Diz YouTube. And that's the plan there. So those are lots of stuff. So we're trying to reconfigure the channel again as we boost the watch time a little bit here in the home stretch of YouTube monetization, and then what's going to be over at the resort. We're trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
But so Lexi, you're gonna run and then you're gonna visit the parks. Are you gonna? At what point do you have same day park? Well, there's no more reservations, right? So that doesn't even matter. Do you have
There
same
is.
park plans as Lewis and Val?
We might see each other in Epcot, or I might see, right? I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Lewis.
9th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But
So
there's reservations up until the 9th still.
Oh, that's right, up until the 9th. I'm already ahead of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like the last group.
It's
To
crazy.
be
isn't
clear,
it?
you'll see Frank, Lewis, and Val before we see each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. You're creating a mystique, Jen.
Yeah. Do I even
Nope.
live on Long Island? I don't know. I don't know where.
No park reservation required for Find Frank for 50.
That's
No. Very true.
Just go wherever we
Figure out what
want.
the dates are.
Okay, that is not completely true for some of us. Some of us will probably still have to make reservations. So we'll need to know.
All right. Well, I'll try to get something together by Thursday with an announcement, but probably not. Maybe by the end of Lexi's trip. We shall see.
You were so close the other day. We were so close.
I was close. Yeah, but I don't, this is the thing is that because it's the weekend we're talking about in particular. It's much more difficult during the season of all the things compared to September where I don't have all the things going on. So that's the complication.
I see. Uh-huh.
Now this is
The
for all
weekend-
people that are listening. This is your
Yes.
advertisement of what you'll get if you come to this meetup and see this in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
confused, not quite sure what we're doing stuff. But
But somehow we'll take you from rope drop to midnight. if you want it that way. Quote the back.
I see you, Nate, and I'm shaking my head at you in the chat.
Oh no. Oh, now, Nate, thanks so much for pointing out that we are in Jen's birthday month. Thanks so much. So much has been happening that we completely forgot. On the 20th anniversary of Lost here in 2024, Jen will be the final number in the Lost numbers. 42.
Wow. That's
Again, the fascinating facts you get on a community core meetup.
Didn't she just turn 40?
I sure did, Jeffers.
Last year.
Yeah. So for a month, Nate, thank you very much. I will try to deflect whatever is happening to me this year by talking more about Jen's birthday.
But then we'll be right back to you because there's such a long time. We have plenty of time between my birthday and yours.
Well, and we're just talking about my birthday all the time now because of this meetup. It's not fun.
Okay. Remember how the 44 Fedora Club came to be because you were turning 40? Everything was about you being 44. And now I'm closer to that than you.
Oh, my God.
So that was
Like-
6 years ago that you did the Fedora 44. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. it turned-
Five? So almost 6, right?
Yeah, well, it'd be 6. Well, yeah, it'll be 6 years in October. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's still
Old.
terrible. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it. Appreciate you correcting your grammar as well in the chat. Appreciate that. So here we are as we wrap things up. Jen, I will speak for a little bit here if you think of a question here to answer as the wrap up question. But we will be, if you're listening in the audio feed, then on Theme Park Thursday night, January 4th at 8:30 p.m., we will be doing a Theme Park Thursday live, which will be followed up by a post meetup. Not meetup. Oops, Freudian slip.
Hey,
We did it. A post-show pedal session, maybe, over at DillosDizResort.com. DillosDizResort.com. That's, of course, our Patreon with memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. DillosDizResort.com. Jen, back to you.
I was just going to have our fine guests go around and do all the plugs on where we can find them. Lexi, maybe we start with you because you might be posting a lot on the socials or not. I'm not sure because you'll be busy like running constantly. But if anyone wanted to follow you, where can they?
I have no idea if I will have energy to post or not, but I am on Instagram at Lexi Dance Flyer.
Excellent. And if not during, you'll probably be doing some posts.
Post, definitely.
Yeah. Which will be awesome. Lewis and Val, do you want to rock, paper, scissors? Do you want to go individually? Together? You do your thing.
First, I'd like to say Lexi does a great job posting a Disney picture
Yes.
very frequently.
Yes,
So
she does.
that's really great. And
Mhm.
I have to ask one question. Do you carry a camera when you're on this and take like copious amounts of pictures while you're running on, or do you
I'll have my phone on me at
I show now?
because I like all the backstage things.
Mhm. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. So we're at Figments in Time, FIGMENTS in Time. I don't know. It's something like that. On Instagram, that's our primary place. I'm Disney Pick a Day on Twitter and
Val Palmicky on Twitter.
Very
Yeah.
nice. And Jeffers, over to you.
Nobody needs to find me. Just find me in the Discord. You guys join the Discord, that'll be fine. But yeah, I guess I'm at Schmelty, SCHMELTY. I don't know why, but that's what it is. You can follow me there if you want.
There are times I go searching for you and I'm like, it's not Jeffers. Schmelty. You know, one
I
day.
looked into changing it to Jeffers like a year and a half ago, and it was available, and I'm like, eh. And then I tried to do it like 6 months ago, and somebody else took it. So
Oh,
now I have to change it
man.
to like it's Jeffers, like Steffers, and then that would just be.
I'm not
Who's-
masquerading
I
as
stole her thing once, and I can't steal it again. So.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out this hour. Lexi, best of luck on
Yes.
your Dopey challenge here. First go around in a Dopey challenge. And at least she'll be updating us in the Discord, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I
So
mean, if you're
another
not
reason.
posting on Instagram, you are posting in the Discord, right? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Just making
mile
sure.
1, mile 2.
Until next time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe this before she says deuces. Let's go.
Deuces.